Okay, we'll see if we can make this one look good. We'll see how we go. Going to look at that later when we get the original on the glass. We're going to make this one a negative positive. This will be an interesting to see how this one turns out. So, not sure of the background colour for this. Wondering if it's going to be a red demo, red one. So let's see if we can make this look good. I've got a gut feeling that maybe red is not the colour, because we've got colours, cool colours, and many of them would end up turning red as a negative image. So I'm not sure how that's going to play. We'll soon find out. So let's see what we have, what we're going to photocopy. It is not Chinese. I think this is something, says the word bingo. So there's obviously a game of bingo for this product. Just a gimmick, like a lot of gimmicks. And it's some kind of prawn crackers. I think they're prawn crackers. I think I saw somewhere on this box they're prawn crackers. So we're just going to play the buttons while I'm getting ready. We're just going to photocopy this section. So we're just going to put that in the top as best as we can. Try to make this look really nice. So we're just trying to line up the edge as best as we can, despite all this crumpledness of the original. So now we're just going to try and see how we can intuitively enlarge this piece of work. So it's going to be, it's a lot smaller than A4, so we're going to have to do, I don't know how big we're going to make it. Anyway, we're going to try and be intuitive, folks. So we're going 130 that way, and 100, and we're going to start at this size and see how we go. So this will be a challenging one, to make this one come up a treat. I think it's Korean, I'm not sure. I found this in the, I think it's called the Lemon Grove at Chatswood. They often have recycled materials put next to the bins for some reason. Anyway, that looks quite interesting, and I think the red does go well. We cut some of it off, but that may not be a problem because we're going to make this into a creative piece, so we don't have to have the whole image, but it looks good. I'm thinking we've got a good size for this. We're just going to switch this to copied paper. I think we got the colours right. So this will be consigned to the recycle bin, and we're just going to use this as our piece that we're going to work from. But that looks good. That so far looks good. I'm really happy with that overall result. We're just going to switch that to 100, and we're just going to get the different settings and just remove the ones that are no longer needed. Just readjust the machine. So we're going to kill off the red that's no longer needed, and we're just going to set this up accordingly. So I think that can go in the middle. I think we're just going to leave it for some reason, leave those particular features in, and we're just going to photocopy this. Really nice looking. I'm actually thinking I could have made it straight off the original, but we're going to make the colours more intense if we just use the copy and see how we go making the colours more intense. Otherwise it might appear to be too wishy-washy if we print it straight off the product or the box where the product used to be, of course, because of the prawn crackers or whatever they are. Anyway, that looks a bit too red. I think, yeah, I'm sort of wondering if I should have printed it straight off the box, because that looks a bit shitty. It looks a bit blended. I think the hue adjustment needs to be done. And I think we're just gonna go, the hue is, I don't know if it's cool or too warm. And maybe the red is too strong, so we're going to put the red in the middle. And yeah, we'll see how we go this time. See now how we go. Alright, out it comes. Well, that looks better. It looks a lot better. It still looks very red, but at least we've got more variegation in the colours. The colours are really nice. Wondering where the centre of this job is actually going to be. It's going to be there still. Even though the shark looks like the shark and that little bit there looks really good. So we're going to make, how are we going to make this? Unfortunately, the border is a bit big on the outside there. We'll just see what else we will do with this. We're just going to print it off. Actually, no, we're not going to print it off. We're going to just change something. Alright, we're going to get rid of those ugly borders. We're not going to have those. I've just decided we're going to enlarge it off a little. We're just going to overlap the edges, and we're just going to punch in 104%. So we're just going to enter in 104 by 104, because I think the shark and the colours make the feature of this job. So we want to basically make it more interesting. So, oops, I just was going to turn around and get the other original out, but we're going to make something different. We're going to make this the centre of the job. It just looks more catchy than the rest of the job. I don't know, it's a tough one. We'll just see how the image looks. It looks a lot better now without the borders, but then if you have that in the middle, everything else will look too. So I'm wondering if where the middle of this is actually going to be. We're going to make, intuitively speaking, I'm thinking down there. We're going to make that, and the shark is going to be up in the corners, nicely showcased in the corners. So we want the shark to be the main feature, but we don't always have to put the main feature in the middle. Sometimes the main feature looks good in the corners, but it has to be either in the middle or on the corners. Otherwise, it looks shit. So that's that one. So we're going to make this bottom bit. It's not the greatest bit in the middle. The middle doesn't look all that exciting, but I'm actually wondering if I should have enlarged off this, but we didn't. We just left it like that. So we're now just going to print off our mirrors and see. It'll probably look better once we've assembled it. Sometimes it's hard to know how something's going to look until you've actually laid it out. And yeah, it's a bit tricky. But anyway, let's see how we go. I think they're prawn crackers, or the box was with prawn crackers in it. So, but it's a nice looking box. And there's no use just throwing it away and just leaving it. It's nice to make something good out of refuse before disposing it, or in this case recycling it. So let's see. Oops, that bump in the bedding is a bit annoying. We're just going to slide that into place. Trying to look at it, put the camera over it and trying to look at it from another direction, because I don't like trying to look straight through the screen of my phone when I'm doing this. But I have to show it. I'm trying to show it on. Yeah, it's a bit difficult trying to talking through my ass. But anyway, I think, yeah, that looks all right. I think that's got quite some punch. I think we can now call this prolongated prawn cracker demo quits.